And sometimes I think that I've been in this game and this training game for so long that I actually forget what it feels like to be a beginner, and I forget about the thoughts that beginners have. And I don't talk about the basic principles of programming, but I need to, and that's what I'm doing right here. Hey, how you doing today? Winter bulk, day 35. In my last intro, I said it was day 33. It was actually day 34. Today is 100% day 35. So it's a press day today, just getting back off the deload. So this is the final workout of microcycle 1, week 10, GST size 25 weeks of growth. Now, I have a question for you today. I asked this question to my Facebook followers, Facebook friends, and it's, which chest fly do you like better? Do you like the pec deck? Do you like the cable chest fly? Or do you like using dumbbells? Now, I would say most people said cable. Yeah, we've got cable, 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 cable for constant tension. A lot of cables. And also some pec deck. I was happy about that. I'm a big fan of the pec deck myself. Not a lot of dumbbells, and I kind of have to agree with that. I would say that dumbbells would be my third choice of those three. You know, dumbbells don't really give you that nice squeeze at the top because there really is no resistance once you get to the top. You're just holding them straight up and down. The resistance is gravity pulling down towards your body. Whereas if you're using a pec deck or cables, when you're at that peak flex right here, there's something trying to pull your arms apart and your chest has to stay flexed to hold your arms together. So I think there's an advantage with the pec deck or cables over dumbbells. But how about you? You know, you might just really like the specific dumbbell fly that you've been doing and it feels awesome for your chest. Tell me about it. I wanted to just bring that question up because, you know, it's chest related. Today's a press day. It's all about building up the chest, the front delts, the triceps, and then of course getting that twice weekly frequency in. So there's going to be some back and biceps involved as well. And I just can't wait to get into it. So I think that I should just shut up and I think that I should get into it. We're going to start with bench pressing, and I'll go through and I'll talk about any exercise changes that I'm making to this day, because if you remember, it's that time. If you've been watching the vlog, Winter Bulk Day 32, I talked about 2 important rules to follow when you're making exercise changes, because right now, as I transition into phase 2 of this GST size program, making exercise changes is part of that transition. Okay, I said I was going to shut up and I didn't, but this time I'm going to. See you later. I'm definitely sticking with the 15-degree incline bench press because I'm loving this one. You know, I got to tell you, even just going through my warm-ups, I already feel the chest pump. And part of me just wonders, it's like, why do I feel such a pump so fast in certain muscle groups like biceps, triceps, chest, back, areas like that? And I think it's because of mind-muscle connection. I think the better your mind-muscle connection, the easier it is for you to get that pump, because that muscle is truly working like it's supposed to during your working set. And I think, you know, especially as men, I think a lot of us have really started off focusing on chest and arms the most. And I think that that's why we have a very developed mind-muscle connection with the chest and arms. And I know for me, those are the areas that do tend to get pumped the fastest, the easiest, and I think that's why. Like, there's no science there. It's just my intuition. I think that's why. All right, first working set, 8 to 12, 60% 1 rep max. This is 15-degree incline barbell press. So I decided to go 12 there. Could I have stopped 1 or 2 less? Sure. But it was feeling on. And this is just another time for me to mention, when you're feeling on, you gotta be on. You gotta take advantage of that. Use it. Knock a couple extra reps out, and there's nothing wrong with that. A little more volume, a little more gains, a little more workload over time. That's all there is to it. That last set was excellent. I'm feeling 12 coming on. I feel like it's just gonna be a high volume microcycle for the core lifts this week. You know, minus that squat day thing, everything else has been great, and I've been pumping out the upper range, that 8 to 12 range. So I think I could do that again. Second set effect should only allow me to feel my best here, feel better. Watch the rep, maybe we'll speed up a little bit in the beginning, and let's see what happens. Yeah, definitely had to hit up 12 again. So this was a little more than last time as far as the last microcycle 1, so like a month ago. And that's how it should be. I made progress on my 1 rep max, bumped it up a little bit, and now I'm actually kicking out more volume than a month ago with a little more weight, more reps, I should say. Obviously that translates to more volume, but you get the idea. The gains are happening. The bulk is in full effect here. It's a good feeling. And I'm ready for this next AMRAP. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't predict 20, but if I hit quick reps in the beginning, power through my first 8, that's gonna be the strategy. I think I'll see above 12. Let me just say that. Okay, remember, key tips. Go fast in the beginning, still use good form, but be explosive. Try to get the most volume that you can get. That's the mindset for the AMRAP. Here we go. Yes, all right, 14. Let's get it. I'd love to get 16 plus here. All right, man. I just noticed, you know, I always say all right after my sets. I don't know why that is. All right, that was great. 16 reps. You saw me just crank it early on. It's a key technique for maximizing the volume in your AMRAP set. The reps were still good, still connected. The chest is full, no volume set needed. I'm ready to move on to supplement lift number 1. Let's keep this train rolling here. So I'm not gonna change this lift up. This one's been feeling awesome. You know, this is that wide grip pull up, neutral grip pull up, really allowing me to just let the lats perform the function that they're supposed to perform, pulling this part of my arm down to my side. And you're gonna see that happening during these reps. So I'm just gonna kick it off with body weight, medium reps, 10 reps. Let's get into it here. Full range of motion. See this? Straight arm. Straight arm. Now remember, I always tell you this. Think about your elbows when you do a pull. So I'm not thinking about these hands, not these forearms. I'm thinking about these elbows getting down towards the floor. When the elbows come down, the torso lifts up. That's all you need to know for any vertical pull. You got to keep that in your head when you're doing vertical pulls, guys. If you want to build wings, that barn door back, lats. If you don't want to have imaginary lat syndrome and have real lat syndrome, you'll think about your elbows when you're doing your rows. Okay, yes, come on, 10. Hell yeah, man, I am happy with that. I tell you, I knew I was getting greedy there. I thought I was. Last time I did +5 for some working sets, two of the working sets, and I decided to just say, screw it, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going +10. I thought I was going to get 8, maybe 9. 10 was solid though. 10 was good. This is a good microcycle, guys. Bulk is in full effect. It's a good feeling. I'm going to be legit surprised, 100% real surprised if I get 10 on this set. I just didn't see this happen with me adding some weight and still getting my reps today on this. This is a wide ass grip, and that makes it tough. You know, as those like lat pull downs and pull-ups get wider, it gets tougher. You get less arm involvement and you get more lat isolation, and that just makes it tougher. You know, fewer muscle groups putting in the work toughens it up. So I'm gonna be surprised if 10 happens here, but you never know. I hope I am. All right, there's a possibility. Whew. There's a good possibility. Come on now, come on. Okay, yeah. Well, color me surprised. Like I said, I was surprised. Now surprised by my ability to add weight compared to 2 weeks ago and get my reps in. And when I was watching the setback, something came to mind, and when I think important tips come to mind, I think that I just can't not share it with you, because that's the whole point of this vlog, right? To give knowledge, to share knowledge. And the thing that came to mind when I was watching that last set is the importance of grip strength and grip training. One thing you don't see is that I regularly do dead hangs, and I do those dead hangs for a minimum of 1 minute. I know I can do 2 minutes because I randomly did that just like a month ago. I just jumped up, timed myself, and I hit 2 minutes. And I think that's pretty good. You know, I think that's above average, and that allows me to take a rest literally during a set of weighted pull-ups and not have to worry about my grip. I was not strapped in there. I was comfortable with my grip that entire time. Like I didn't even think about my forearms. And that's a big benefit to just being able to get more out of your pull down work or your pull-up work because you're trying to eliminate weak links in the chain, right? So the chain starts at your hands, then it moves to your forearms, and it's biceps, and then of course lats and other back muscles. If your forearms and your grip strength can't handle what you're hanging on to, and they can't handle it for as long as the set takes, that's your weakest link. And all of a sudden your lats just lost the ability to do more work, get more volume and grow and strengthen. So without using straps, I think it's important to build up your grip strength. Dead hangs are honestly my #1 exercise for doing that in terms of straight correlation with being able to put in more work for the lats and those teres muscles in vertical pulling. You know, it's a specific training for that type of movement with that range of motion. So train your grip, guys. Dead hangs are also a great shoulder stretch. They're a great lat stretch. There's really no reason that you shouldn't be doing them. You know, when you're in the gym, just instead of like looking down at your phone, just look up at that pull-up bar, jump up there, and do a dead hang. You know, you do a few of those a week. You don't have to train them specifically, just do like a few of them a week. Try to get more. Maybe start with 20 seconds, then 30, then 40, then 50, 60. Maybe start adding weight. That's what you got to do. It's going to help you get more work out of your vertical pulling. I swear to God, I promise. I can't change this exercise either. This one is just too good right now. I'm loving it too much. I got to just keep it going. 30-degree incline dumbbell press. Upper chest focus, full chest activation. Yeah, I just can't get rid of this one. So let's get into a medium rep set here. First of 3. All right, deep breaths. I truly can't believe how much I say all right. I swear to God, I'm not trying that. That was a tough set. I don't think I'm gonna get 3 by 10, but that's all right. I'm moving up from the 70s to the 75s. You know, doing a little math, that is a 140-pound total to 150-pound total, a 10-pound jump, probably like a 7.5% increase. So for me, if I'm increasing over 5% on a lift, that's a sign that that's a big increase, but it's the smallest increase that I can make with these dumbbells. That's the thing about dumbbells. You're generally making a 5-pound jump per hand, so a 10-pound total jump, and it tends to make things tough. Would I benefit right now from, say, a 1.25 pound magnet on each side of these? Yeah, because then I'd get that 2.5 pounds per hand jump, and it'd probably feel a little bit better. But if I'm getting 10 reps and my full rep goal on the first set, it's not out of line. It's a fine increase, and I just got to keep putting in the work. You know, this week and the next time I see medium reps, I'm going to just put in that work, and that's going to make me eventually hit that 3 by 10. That's how it works, guys. Progressive overload.
Not quite. Also not a big deal. Eight, right? Yeah, so 10, 9, 8. That's a good day on moving up. Like I said, it's like a 7.5% increase from previously challenging weight. I'll take it. I'll take that all day long. It's a big jump. Got me that big pump. Here's the final compound for the day, seated dumbbell overheads. I'm gonna keep this one the same too. I'm having a hard time making changes today. Sometimes you get a good day, a good routine, a good lineup, and you just got to stick with it. I'm doing that right now. One more month at these exercises for sure, at these compounds. So you notice that time I went past 10. I was trying for 12, hit a little failure there, that's all right. But I wanted to go past 10 because I'm using the same weight that I did 2 weeks ago, pre-deload. And I went 10, 10, 10. Just knowing myself, making the call, adjusting on the fly, I'm not gonna go for more weight on this one. My press is getting tired out. I know my delts are getting tired out. And I'm choosing to make my progress here in volume, total volume. So if I can use the same weight as last time, but I can add 1 or 2 reps per set, you guessed it, that's volume, that's added volume. Next time I come through and see a medium rep week, I'll be doing more weight for sure. Because I'm gonna repeat this, I'm gonna get my bare minimum reps through all the sets, hopefully. And doing that twice in a row, that's really cementing those reps in, cementing those gains in, that strength level in, and then that's your sign to move up. So I'll be doing that next time. But today, I'm trying to get 11 or 12 on all 3 sets here. Remember, 10 plus, really, 11 or 12 is what I really want here. Well, you don't get them all, but this was my 3rd set actually. I forgot to record the 2nd set. I hit 11 on that set, and that puts me 2 reps up from last time. Total volume, it's not a giant increase, but it is an increase. I've definitely mastered the 3x10 on this after 2 other compound presses. And yeah, I'll be moving up next time. Next time I see those medium reps. You gotta take the wins. And I didn't win this set right here, but I won twice before it, so I'll take it. So training volume. I talked about training volume a lot today. If you didn't notice, there was so much mention about just trying to increase training volume, whether it's by an extra rep, an extra 2 reps, whether it's adding weight compared to previous performances. I didn't mention adding sets, but today's training chat needs to be about training volume. It needs to be about 3 ways that you can increase your own training volume. And these are simple ways. Increasing volume is not this complicated procedure. It's a simple concept that every program has to have at its foundation for it to be effective. If your program doesn't have this concept, you should burn it and never touch it again. Move on. So method number 1 for increasing training volume is as follows. Try to add weight to an exercise over time. It's as simple as that. So this is progressive overload. This is taking a weight, doing it for a set number of goal reps, and when you complete those goal reps for all your sets, or you feel like you're ready to move up, you add weight. So if you're doing 30-pound dumbbells for hammer curls, and you have a goal of 3x10, and you hit 3x10, the next time you come along and you need to hit 3x10 again, you try to do the 32.5s or the 35s. You make that increase, and you add volume over time, because eventually you're going to hit 3x10 with a new weight. And then that's the same amount of reps, 30 total reps, but more weight. So scenario 1, you had 30 reps times 60 pounds in total with those 30s for dumbbell hammer curls. Scenario number 2, after you use this rule to increase your volume, you had 30 total reps again, but you did it with the 32.5s or the 35s. So it's more volume. Remember, volume is weight times reps. It's as simple as that. Method number 2 is increasing reps. All right? This is kind of common sense, but I also think it's important to talk about this stuff, that these are the basic building blocks of quality programming and making gains. And sometimes I think that I've been in this game and this training game for so long that I actually forget what it feels like to be a beginner, and I forget about the thoughts that beginners have. And I don't talk about the basic principles of programming, but I need to, and that's what I'm doing right here. So method number 2, increasing your reps per set, or adding a rep or 2 per set to an exercise. So if you're just not ready, let's stick with the hammer curl example. So if you're just not ready to move up, let's say you're using those 30s, you hit your 3x10, but on the second set, like number 10 was excruciating. It was a 10 out of 10 on the rate of perceived exertion scale, the RPE scale. And then you get into set number 3, and you get your 10, but 8, 9, and 10, you're kind of using some momentum. You're throwing your torso around a little bit. The reps weren't as clean as they should be. So the next time you come along to that 3x10 day, you look at your notes, you did really well with your journaling, and you think to yourself, it would be a mistake for me to try to go heavier, because I might have gotten my reps last time, but they weren't the quality of rep that I would like to see myself get. So I'm not going to move up. I'm going to use the 30s again, but how can I add volume here if I already did 3x10? I can simply try to get 11 or 12 on all my sets. And in effect, I've kept the same weight, but I will have done more total reps by the time I'm done with my 3 sets. Weight times reps equals volume. Therefore, I'll have increased my volume. Method number 3, again, it's all about addition, adding a factor. So if you're not adding weight and you're not adding reps per set, you can add a set. This is the method that I use the least, but I just want to talk about it because it is a method. It is commonly mentioned by many people out there, and it's effective for increasing your volume. Again, let's stick with the hammer curls. 30-pound hammer curls, you decide that, well, you went through and you did your 3x10. For whatever reason, you are not ready to move up from the 30s the next time the medium rep day comes around. You could use the same reasons that I just went over for method number 2. Okay, you weren't fully happy with your reps. All you have to do is, if you don't want to go over and above and you don't want to hit 11 or 12 reps on any of your sets, you want to stick to the 3x10, just cut it off at 10 every time. You can do set 1 at 10, set 2 at 10, set 3 at 10, and then to add volume, you need to add more reps, but you're not allowing yourself to go past 10, so you just have to add another set. And you don't even have to do another 10 reps. You can do whatever you want. You know, if you're just satisfied with adding like 4 reps, 5 reps, 6 reps, that's perfectly fine, because technically it's more volume. And I would say, you know, if you add a set and you're hitting another full set, like let's say you hit a 4th set of 10 reps, at that point, you know, I would argue that method number 3 is exhausted for you. It's done. You should increase your weight the next time you're allowed to do so, the next time you hit that 3x10 with those dumbbell hammer curls. Move the weight up, or yeah, you know, or nothing else. Just, there is no other option is what I'm trying to say. Move the weight up. I was going to say add a few more reps onto each set, but I would not do that, because you essentially already did that. You increased volume with increased reps by hitting that 4th set. You're ready to move up if you can do 4 sets, 4 full sets. So let's just do a quick recap here, all right? 3 simple methods, I should say, for adding volume to your training. Method 1, add weight to the exercise compared to last time. Simple, right? Method 2, add reps compared to last time. Also very simple. And method number 3, add a set compared to last time. Again, I sound like a broken record, but also very simple. So like I was saying, these are basic building blocks of quality, effective programming. And you can use either one of these options. The next time you're at the gym, pick one out, try it, add volume to your training, and you want to get in that state of mind where every time you go to the gym, every time you approach an exercise, you are thinking about doing one of these things. And that's going to lead you in the right direction. That's going to lead you to more muscle, more work completed per workout, so more calories burned. If you're in a fat loss state, more fat loss. It's going to lead you to more strength over time, and just more mental satisfaction walking out of those gym doors, just knowing that you did a little more. Okay, I'm going to close this out. This was I think this was a high quality training chat right here. I think if you're a beginner, this chat was 100% for you, and you can take this new knowledge that you have and you can run with it. The next time you're in the gym, you can use it, and if you do, tell me about it. Come back to this video, leave me a comment, and I want to hear about it. On that note, I am ready to eat, so I'm gonna just hit the record button, shut this thing off, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.